Hello and welcome back to Stumbling Through Starcraft 2. It's been a while since I've said that. As usual, I often leave my series to die somewhat. But today I'm reviving this one because I recently watched TB and Sandisk's tournament, and that really got me inspired to get back into it and to start playing Starcraft 2 again. So I got into it, and I've got a few good matches to show you. This one being a TVP that went pretty well for me. Let's skip ahead the boring part. It's been a few days since I recorded or I played this, so I might be a little bit off. He was a random, so I was walling off just in case he was a Zerg, as you should always do. Let's look at income. Why not? Why not? So right now, his economy is going ahead. That's because he's a Protoss and he can photon arbitrage, not photon arbitrage. Chrono burst boost out probe. So 12, 11, 13. But he scouts. He finds me. It's been a while since I've done this and played this, but he gets in, gets the scout. I am floating a little bit of money, but I think that's because I wanted to expand. I've been trying to get more economic focused openings. See this? I was checking for, first of all, I was checking for pylons to see if he was doing any sort of cheese, poke him out of the way, you know, get him out of the way, get a marine out. Or I've been opening with reapers recently because I've been I don't scout, and then even though I am scouting with this SCV, I don't scout enough, and I send the initial SCV, I send him to do a dance around the enemy command center, or Nexus, whatever. I used to play Age of Empires a lot, and he's just going basic Cybernetics core, but I get my Reaper out there, and microed it, because I was attacking that stupidly, because right now I should go after things. But look at this. I am microing against this Zealot. And I don't know what he was trying to do with that probe. Maybe try to pylon block me? I have no idea. Maybe he was just trying to get a visible pylon. But here I am. I'm microing this, which probably isn't the best idea. Get a probe out of that. But this really isn't the best idea, because my economy is just tanking. If you see, I'm not building anything. I'm not building any units. I'm not, like, let's see, production. I guess I am starting to make SCVs. I'm like, I really want this Zealot, and I'm kiting my little heart out. He gets the second Zealot out. I'm like, crap, come on. Oh, juked. Yeah, what? But keep in mind, my attention has been here the entire time, and I've only been building probes and as many Marines as I can on my barracks, so my money is getting, and look at this, two! Oh, I didn't quite get the thing, get a kill there. That was really frustrating. I was so frustrated, and I accidentally rallied my Marine there. But now I come back and I say, okay, I need to start building things, because that was a really dumb idea. So let's see if I can follow my view here. Yeah, okay, I need to start building lots of things, spend all the money, and so I went and I did just that. I built lots of production things, which is what you should do as Terran. I've been trying to get into Protoss, but I'm still not getting the rhythm that you need to play as a Protoss. And as you can see, I'm a terrible player. I got that. But yeah, finally fixed him. But now my economy is stabling. I kind of harassed and scouted, but that really didn't do that much. He's got way better economy. He's got 31 probes to my 23, which is not great. He is just powerhousing his economy, which he's able to do because I didn't lay that much pressure, but now he's got stalkers and everything going. Although I'm starting to get a little bit of a marauder heavy force, build more production as you always should. I try to get my medevacs out as quick as possible. I keep slipping up and not doing it correctly. Because what I do is I build a factory, and then I build a reactor on the factory lift, and then lift that in. I don't know if it's faster for me, because it's faster in Pro League, because they can be on top of that. For me, I'm not. But I decided to build some missile turrets because I'm afraid of cheese, because he's not poking, and that could mean any number of things. And it's just 2 turrets in the lines, and I scout. Where did I scout? Did I scout there? I can't remember where I scouted. Oh, I scouted here. See what he had. Didn't really spot anything, so I just was wanting to see if he was, if I could see a starport. That's about it. These turrets probably a little bit wasteful, because it was preemptive turrets, but I don't know. Just spending more money. Got to build supply depots. Empty, not villager. Empty SCV there, not doing anything. But he's still powering ahead of me in economy. If we look at income, he's just way in a better position than me. It's not good. It's not too great. You might be wondering, why on earth am I showing this game where I'm doing terribly? You will see, young Padawan, you will see. Building gas, doing the switch so I can start building lots of medevacs, get those guys starting to get out. Getting my macro going. He scouts with a hallucinated phoenix. I kind of knew it was, and I knew I couldn't stop it, so I knew it was a hallucinated phoenix because he was taking damage way faster than he should have. He just flew him right over my troops, so that's how I knew for sure. But mules are sort of propping me up. I'm not quite as bad as him. I'm getting a lot of gas though, so that's good, because I wanted to go for a really heavy marauder, at least heavier into marauders than I normally do. Stim, I've been faltering on getting stim recently. I put a widow mine out in the center. He scouts with another hallucinated phoenix. He's also scouting there. I don't know why. Maybe trying to do some cheese. But I'm just working on getting a good size army, getting my macro up. Not focusing on pushing. I probably should poke a little bit more than I do. But I'm starting to get a pretty good sizable army with 4 medevacs. So I decided, hey, I've had a lot of troops. We should get going soon. And that was just me grouping them up into one. Got 20 troops. So that's pretty decent. But if we look at army supply, I definitely have more troops, but he can instantly warp in some, so it's not like he's drastically ahead. But he is way ahead of me in money. But the thing is, he's not actually spending it. That is the key thing. He's not actually using it. I placed that widow mine there to see if I can see when he expands. I've been putting in widow mines whenever I can. Just as soon as I do the lift, I build a few widow mines because they're cheap. They're fun. They could potentially do some amazing plays. And they're good scouting information if that's it. So I went double starport just because I could. I think I was gonna go Banshee or something. I don't know. I can't even remember. But yeah, I'm starting to build up a sizable force with a bunch of marauders, which is good against a Protoss. It's not the most perfect thing, but he sees his observer, brings that out. Because he's starting to amass a pretty scary army as a Protoss. He's got High Templar. He's got 4 of them. Got several full charge sentries. So he's got a pretty scary army. And if we look at units, yeah, he's got a pretty scary army. He sees with his observer. He's not quite using his observers the best over here. He doesn't quite need one with his army because he's got several detections in the form of turrets. Kills that. I try to escape, but nah. I'm like, okay, so he only has a couple of stalkers. I'm like, hey, cool, I should push now. That would be a great idea. Also try to expand here and do long distance mining, yay for the win. But I'm also pushing out, building everything I can. He's up to 70 probes, but I'm also up to 50 SCVs, so it's not a terribly big gap. Well, I guess it is pretty big. So he's already on his 3rd, where I'm just establishing my 3rd. So he pushes out to get this other one because he spotted it. And then I'm like, okay, here's my chance. I can catch a few stalkers right out of position. I'm going to slow things down just because a lot of important things happen really quickly. So he sees my force coming in. He's retreating, which is not the best thing. I see them retreat. I stim in, and I take out these High Templar and Sentries, which is a huge boost. and then he leaves his mothership core, and I just target fire that, and I kill it. So I've just wiped out a huge portion of his army, if you look. Now I have a massive supply lead. I'm trailing in workers, and I have a massive lead. If I hadn't caught, like, if he just turned and fought, he probably could have slaughtered me. He had 4 High Templar. If he just stormed that would have killed everything. Honestly, I mean, he just needed to use his storms, and since I caught him retreating, I just obliterated that army, and I took almost no losses. Let's see, unit killed. Look at this. He's only killed 3 of my soldiers. That's crazy, and 2 of those were those widow mines. So he's only killed 1 of my soldiers. That is the power of catching someone off guard, and that's really why I wanted to show you. Not just because I won, but catching someone off guard is infinitely more important than, like, timing is the most important thing. Right now, target fire all the cannons, because those things are annoying. The zealots, they don't do too terribly much, and I've only lost 5 soldiers at this point, and he has just lost tons of things. His biggest problem was he wasn't keeping up his Protoss death ball, because if all of his stalkers and everything was together and ready to fight, he would have won that fight, hands down. But he fed it to me piecemeal, and that is not what you want to do in this game. You really want to make sure you're attacking things all together. Make sure you have a big ball like I do, even though AoE is pretty dangerous against that. I was just hoping he wouldn't have a lot of it, and I managed to catch out his AA. So, it all worked out. He fed everything to me piecemeal. I killed all this. I'm building the next wave while I'm doing that. I'm like, hey, target the Colossus, but it was already too late. I mean, those Colossus things are tough, but I had enough soldiers. And I had plenty of Marauders with Concussive Shell to make sure that I slaughtered them. Because if you look, let's look. The importance of concussive shells. I'll try. Come on. Fine. Just a really important thing to note. Oh, no, dang it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Okay. So, he's got his army. I've got mine. And the importance of Marauders and Concussive Shell. I mean, it is really important to have that against Protoss because of this. If you look, I came in here, slow things down. If you look, just watch where those the Marauders hit these high value units and slow them down so I can target them with Marines. I mean, though that was invaluable. I basically killed all of his high-value units right there. And see, he's giving them to me piecemeal. He's just sending things in to die. One last look at this last battle. That he just sends them in. 3 zealots, and then only a couple zealots, and then retreats with those guys. It was just a poorly planned attack. So this was more his fault than my victory. So, anyway, that is going to be it. I know it's been a while, but hopefully I can get back into this and get a lot better than I am, because I certainly am fairly terrible at StarCraft 2. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.